Oh, Eric is a bigot. He attacks woke culture because he's a hillbilly redneck and he's MAGA and blah blah. My pussy hurts. That's exactly what the people crying in the comments sound like. I think I've been pretty straight down the middle. I've been allowing comments that have even insulted me, that have called me morons and different types of things. I think I've been pretty fair. I've been allowing pretty much an open discussion in the comments, other than people that are going to dox or people that are going to be super insulting. I've let it go, whether people agree with me or not on the topic, which we've hit a lot of polarizing topics. And I think people are getting confused because a lot of people are saying, what happened? You used to be gaming and now it's all politics and blah, blah, blah. And it's all gaming still. It's no nerd culture. This is nothing different than what I've done in the past when I've addressed trending topics. Hogwarts Legacy literally has trended daily for like months. And now that I'm talking about it and giving my thoughts on how I think a stupid woke cancel culture boycott is pointless, people seem to think that I'm injecting politics. Now, sure, there's a little bit of implied politics here or there, but I think I've been pretty down the middle. I've never been like, oh, the guys that are boycotting Hogwarts are a bunch of idiots and blah, blah, blah. I've never attacked a side. I've been strictly talking about how the boycott for Hogwarts is failing because the game is selling like hotcakes. And that usually when cancel culture tries to rear its ugly head, it backlashes and fails. Go back and look. I've never attacked any side, really. Sure, I might lean to one side a little bit more, but I like to think that I've been pretty fair when it comes to everything. The other topic, limited run games, I never made it about politics. If you go back and take a look, I never said anything that was anti-LGBTQ. I gave my opinion and said that it was unfair that limited run games bent a knee to woke cancel culture. They bent a knee to somebody that ended up being basically exposed as a pedophile. And I never ever once said people that choose to boycott Hogwarts Legacy were wrong. And I never said people that choose to support limited run games still were wrong. I always have said people have the right to support whatever they want, whether they're for something or against something. I'm not going to attack somebody for their choices or their beliefs or where they choose to spend their money. People can do what they want as long as they're not hurting people or messing around with kids. And for whatever reason, that's gotten lost in translation. But we're going to switch things up today. Because for whatever reason, I've been seeing people too afraid to tag me on Twitter, actually. There was an individual that was too afraid to tag me, but they made a comment about Fox News and how that's my favorite news station. This person swears they don't care about my political beliefs and that there's nothing wrong with who I want to vote for and stuff, but they're still too much of a pussy to publicly address me or tag me. They're just passive about it, which is typical of that type of person. But we're going to talk about something that just happened. So not too long ago, Xbox had an update that basically changed the energy saving features of the Xbox, and Fox News actually went unhinged about it. There's this talk about green energy and being, your footprint less impactful on the world and all this climate change talk and stuff for years. There's companies like Amazon and other companies are trying to go a lower route when it comes to expending energy to help the environment. And I got to tell you guys, again, like with anything, there's always a good place. Like, people have some merit behind what they're wanting to do. So when companies are like, oh, we want to reduce our carbon footprint, that's admirable. Like, in theory, on paper, that is admirable. But it's when you force things on people, when you tell people that they're not allowed to have gas stoves or they're not allowed to do this or that, and you just force feed it into people, that's where it's wrong. And at times, it does get pretty old. And I can oftentimes agree with people on their stances when they say celebrities that take big jet planes and private planes and, you know, they're over here bitching about climate control, but they're having their own private jets fly them everywhere. It's a little bit hypocritical, right? But Fox News on Fox and Friends. Oh, I'm attacking the right, guys. What are you going to say now? Am I a MAGA hillbilly? Am I a person that is all just attacking LGBTQ and blah, blah, blah? No, I'm going to call out anything that I think is dumb no matter what it is, especially when it involves gaming. And this is gaming. My channel has always been about gaming, trending topics, nerd culture, music, movie, TVs, and more. And I'm sorry that, unfortunately for the woke crowd, a huge amount of what's going on with ridiculousness in nerd culture is woke culture trying to come in and force feed everything. But once in a while, Fox News or, you know, I guess right-leaning politicians have it wrong when it comes to games. More particularly, usually, with violence in video games. But this is new. So, for the longest time, conservatives have been against, you know, the green energy saving and all this. Well, on Fox and Friends, they had a response to the Xbox update. So let's go ahead and take a look at this clip.
So Xbox has also announced they're going woke too, and you know, because of climate change, that they're adding a new feature to their default settings. So if you own an Xbox, you can upload this new program, and it will turn off after so long to save the environment, the power. And also they're saying the energy saving shutdown feature is going to have a slower boot time. Ted Cruz writes on Twitter, first gas stoves, then your coffee, now you're gunning for my Xbox.
Isn't it crazy though? Like when we were kids, you were a rebel if you had like a leather jacket and a pack of cigarettes. Now you have like a full powered Xbox and you're eating pizza rolls on a gas stove. I mean, it's crazy what they're doing, but we understand what this is. It's not that it's actually going to offset emissions, okay? The level of reduction is infinitesimal, but they're trying to recruit your kids into climate politics at an earlier age. Make them climate conscious now.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. You're right. They're going after the children.
Of course they are. But again, what's the point of video games? It's for kids to be kids. Now you sit down and pick up a controller and they're like, by the way, the world's on fire. Ah! You know what I mean? You just want to play.
All right. So in regards to the guy's comments, I could see both ends of the equation. I could see the argument that an Xbox isn't going to cause as much emission as a jet plane or a factory or a vehicle. But every little bit helps. Every little bit of like any kind of like reducing the impact on our environment or our world. I mean, Captain Planet in the 90s, right? That was teaching us all about pollution and how to reduce, reuse, and recycle. So every little bit does help. I don't recall Microsoft never not being environment friendly. I could swear that they've done stuff in the past with their computers and stuff. I think a lot of what you're seeing as far as people saying that Fox News is going unhinged and all this and that is maybe escalating a little bit, you know, but people are guilty of it left versus right, no matter what. You're going to have the opposite side say, oh, this side's overreacting and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go as far to say that they're trying to target your kids. Maybe it's a good habit to teach your kids, maybe to turn off lights and save energy and reduce water consumption and, you know what I mean? In theory, on paper. I wouldn't say Xbox is forcing anybody to do this because the update is optional. You could go back and change your default settings to where it's not following the new things. The only thing that I would say that felt a little bit intrusive is that Microsoft went and did this without asking. They updated it and they changed your settings without asking. That seems a little intrusive, but I don't want to seem conspiratory like this gentleman did. I don't even know his fucking name. I don't watch Fox News. I don't watch CNN. I get my news from Newsmax, all right? I'm not going to come out here and say that this guy's a fucking nut, but he's kind of a little bit much on it. Honestly, other than Xbox adjusting it It's a simple fix. You can go in, you can fix it, and you can change it back to what you want. You know, it's my goddamn given right to waste energy if I want. The thing I have an issue with is if people are forcing, like, I get it, all right? Save the environment. You know, there's states where you use cardboard straws or straws that aren't plastic, you know, one-time use plastics. I get that. But I like my fucking plastic bags. It used to drive me nuts when I was in California and I used to have to pay an extra charge for it, or they encouraged reuse of all that, all right? That's my habits. That's my belief. That's my stance. But as far as Xbox goes, are they being woke now? I wouldn't exactly say that. To me, when I hear woke, it's when you're sacrificing for like you're sacrificing for like a virtue signal. Like if Xbox was trying to virtue signal people for it and shame people for being an opposing belief, then I would say that. But Xbox, it's not like they disabled the ability to go back and change what energy saving power features you have, right? If they forced it on us and didn't give us a choice and all that, I would say then yeah, they're being fucking woke. Just like for not supporting Hogwarts Legacy, people are saying, oh, if you're supporting Hogwarts, you're a fucking bigot. That's woke to me. Like, it's like there's an ultimatum and there's like a different type of attack for the complete opposite side. I don't think Xbox making an announcement saying that they're trying to be a little bit more aware on energy saving settings for their console is exactly woke. So I do think Fox News is a little off base on this. But I will say this, he's not as nutty as people are trying to make it seem like. There's like websites like Game Rant and all that saying that the people on Fox News were a little bit nuts. Ted Cruz made that thing out there saying, you know, first gas stoves, their guns, now they're going after your Xboxes. Ted Cruz is my guy. I voted for him a couple times, actually. Texan represent. I think a lot of what he says is just to be a smartass. Honestly, he's not entirely insufferable. I know there's some people watching this that might consider him actually really bad, but in the grander scheme of things, like other people that you see online, you know, I think he just likes to be a smartass. Now, is there a point maybe that could be here? I don't know. I think it's a bit of a reach saying they're going after your kids, to be completely honest. I don't think Xbox is woke at all. And I wanted to touch on the subject because it was trending for quite a bit. It really riled up people that are like anti-climate control. And I really don't understand why, to be completely honest. Like, was it annoying that, you know, when I started my Xbox earlier today, I had to wait for a longer boot time? Yeah, it was. But I think Fox News was just having a slow news day that day when they made this Fox and Friends segment. And, yeah, I mean, let's be honest. If it was the other way around, you know, the woke side would have made the same fucking thing. I mean, at the end of the day, both sides are fucking stupid for various fucking reasons. And I personally have never come on here and say, oh, you know, if you believe otherwise, you're fucking wrong. And that's the one thing I mostly wanted to set straight with this video. I don't think Xbox is woke, though. I'll say that. As far as, like, with this climate control setting. But I could be completely wrong. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Take care.